What is up, guys? Mr. Basie here, and today we're going to be doing some more Seduce Me to the Demon more. I really appreciate your guys' patience. If you saw my recent kind of like update video / thank you video for 9,000 subscribers, that is currently how big our Sage family is right now. It's literally insane, and I just want to say thank you guys for understanding. I know there was a big gap. I'm trying my best. I know I keep saying that, but I'm trying to not just for this series but everything else on my channel too, to keep that going as consistently as possible. But we are back yet again, and today I think we'll probably finish the Erik route, at least based on where we are in the story, but who knows? I thought we were going to do that last time, but I don't think we even got near it. We're not even in the final battle yet. But in terms of what our choice is going to be, we did leave off whether we were going to choose with Diana or side with them. I don't necessarily know what each one leads to, but I did leave the option up to you guys entirely. No matter where I want to go, we are going to be choosing what the majority of the people chose, and the overwhelming majority chose to side with Diana. So we're going to be doing that, and don't worry, for those of you that, I know there were a good amount of you that did want me to side with the generals. I will be going back again later on in the series once I've completed all the other playthroughs and going through a bunch of the choices, and I don't know whether it'll be one big video or whatnot, but I'm going to go through every choice to see what each one would have done and that kind of stuff. So it's going to be kind of like a brisk run through to see what the outcome would have been and all that, but either way, we're going to go with that. Luckily, that's kind of what I wanted to go with anyway, but let's just jump right into it. So immediately starting off with some hella deep music, like dang. Okay, I was not expecting that. Is this what we left off with? Last I remember it was like dead silent. Now it looks like this is like final boss. I really hope I don't get like shafted by this thing. Okay, so we're gonna believe in Diana, because again, the vast majority of people did want this. Diana had done so much for us. For me, true. There was no way I could betray her. The four in the room stared at me, taking in my reply.
What does a human know?
What did we just, did we give a reason, or did we just side with her?
Well, we did ask.
You also literally screwed me over by having Shadow tell me the whole plan. All I heard was like, yes, quiet, that's all I heard. Now I'm in on an assassination plot. Fantastic.
We need to continue this another time.
Right.
Now.
Yeah, I know you've been holding in that. This guy's been holding his shit in his hand since last episode, so for now, he needs to go wipe his hands. Rabbit lowered her staff and pointed the tip at me. I told you! You better not shaft me, causing me to step back in fear.
Ex memoria de hot loca mente.
Oh my god. The X lacks his memories, the hot chocolates is momentum. Alright, well, I don't really understand what you're trying to tell me there. All at once, I felt my head completely fill with white noise, causing me to grip my head and fall to my knees in pain. I shut my eyes and felt the world spin around me before I relaxed as silence overtook my senses. My body floated for a bit in an empty void before softly landing on a surface, causing me to open my eyes and look around. What happened? Now, see, this is the problem, because like I obviously like internally I wanted to side with Diana, but at the same time, like if you think about it, siding with the generals at that moment does not necessarily mean that we're siding with them. It just gives us the opportunity to like not get our memory erased, is what I think just happened. And at a later time, tell Diana, hey, you're about to get crossed off. You may want to, dip out of here. But either way, we'll just see how this plays out, because I did give you guys the opportunity to choose. Okay, I'm not going to go back on that, even though my sage senses are tingling right now. So let's move on and see what happens. I hope Diana gets out of this somehow. I feel bad right now. I was in the hallway on the floor. How did I get there? I was on my way to my room. I'm also sitting in a bunch of shit. I wonder how that got there, as we see Sergeant walk around the corner. I stood up, brushed myself off, and looked around, hoping that no one saw me snoozing on the floor like a loser. When I noted that the ghost was clear, I quickly continued on my way to my room. I must have been more tired than I thought. Tired enough to just pass out while walking, apparently, damn. Now, I realized that falling asleep while driving is a concern to some, but she legitimately fell asleep while walking. That's like a new level of tired as far as I'm concerned. I finally reached my room and let my body fall onto the bed and let out a sigh of utter pleasure. All right, you must have fell in just the right way then, I guess. As I felt the cloud-like bed cradle my body on its surface, I was beyond happy. To think this insanity had started with a spirit haunting my body was mind-blowing. Oh yeah, what the frick happened? Didn't they say they were going to try? Oh yeah, people were asking that in the comments too, and I keep having to think like, well, yeah, what did happen? And then I immediately remember it spirit bombed us twice, as a matter of fact, and it killed us one of those times. How was that even possible? No one would ever believe that, but it happened to me of all people. Then I was kidnapped and taken to the demon world by the demon lord, trapped here unless he or I died. Another crazy, improbable event that managed to happen. This entire week had become a wild roller coaster ride of excitement that I would have never expected. And that's crazy too, because we didn't get possessed in the demon world. We got possessed in the human world. Because remember, we were seeing the spirit at our house, so that's pretty ridiculous. I don't know where that thing came from. Still, there was joy to be found in adventure, and my curiosity thanked destiny for letting me experience it. Now all I wanted to do was to get home and marry the man I loved. As Erik finally entered the room at last, I smiled and sat up tiredly. Erik chuckled before sitting beside me and wrapping his arms around me.
Are you alright, princess?
Yeah, I just sat in some shit, to be honest. Yeah, just tired. We held each other, looked in silence, and unable to say anything more. We let the situation we had just gone through sink in as the shit stained the sheets. Relieved that we were going to be happy from now on together. All we could do in the moment was hold each other and listen to our synchronized heartbeats and smell the Duke rising from the bedsheets. As the thought of tomorrow danced in my head, I began to grow fearful. Was I ready to go to battle? So we're actually going, apparently. Was Erik? Yeah. I mean, he's got like, what, 9 or 10 freaking tentacle Weenpieces? I'm sure they can be of use. Were any of us, for that matter? We were about to walk into the final clash of a world war. Would we survive? Would I live to... Okay, you're asking too many questions. Skip to the final battle. Never mind. Skip to the love-making scenes. Let's just do it. All right? We might as well. I mean, we literally haven't showered, all sweaty, shit on our kneecaps. Let's just do this. I needed to hold him and treat the night like it was our last. Tomorrow was unpredictable, but tonight was guaranteed. So let's just see. What? He's just nibbling. I ran my hand over his vest and looked up into Erik's eyes. See his meet mine in a loving gaze. He seemed to understand silently exactly what I wanted as he gently leaned in and kissed me. My eyes naturally closed, feeling the warmth of his embrace completely engulf me and draw me into a state of peace and comfort. The world around us vanished as I became lost in his arms and many tentacle Weenpieces. My fingers danced over each button of his shirt and released them as our kiss slowly deepened, revealing his bare chest and letting me feel the heat of his skin beneath my fingertips. His touches were gentle, sweet over my own clothes. The mutual need between us was as fluffy as a fairy tale. And with nothing to hold me back anymore, we would drift into a blissful euphoria in each other's arms before the battle for my freedom began. It was moments like this where I felt Erik's unwavering devotion to make me feel pampered, pleasured, and all around blessed with his touches, his kiss, his breath against my skin. Again, every time there's like a sex scene, at least one sex scene in the entire in each playthrough sounds like they're getting ready to legitimately eat, like a grand feast or some shit, which is not good for her. Okay, still, his intricate hold on me only escalated as the clothes between us were tossed away from us, leaving us bare and leaving me in a wanton state of mind in his hands. I was perfect putty. What, you're malleable? What? I was perfect putty for him to meld, and every caress over my skin was paradise. My body drowned in ecstasy as his fingers massaged over my skin. We get it, you're enjoying this. His kisses over my shoulder, shooting little jolts of pleasure through my spine. That doesn't sound healthy. As our voices drifted to soft sighs and moans. I was his princess, and he was going to serve me every bit of his love. Hugging me to him from behind and ravishing me as if he knew exactly what I wished to... Wait, what? Hold the phone. Let's go back. Let's analyze the situation. Hugging me from behind. Wait, hugging me to him from behind. Okay. And ravishing me. Are they doing doggy style right now? Okay. Or maybe not. No, she's reversing. Okay. He was just that intuitive to my feelings. That part of him was one of many reasons why I loved him. Okay, so he does you really good. That's nice. My fingers became laced in one of his hands as his other... Okay, so this is the scene. This is... I don't know why I took that away. That just made it worse. This is what they're describing. My fingers became laced in one of his hands as his other explored every sweet spot on my body. Every single one? Okay, that's a lot. He's using his tentacles. The ride became a misty haze of pleasure. my fingers on my free hand burying into his copper hair as his hold over my waist guided our lovemaking. Fabulous. This is very descriptive. The grip we had on our entwined hands tightened with each pulse of pleasure that rushed through us. Our names became a repeatable chant, the fuck, echoing through the room as the air became filled with heat and the bittersweet smell of sweat. Okay, that's gross. I mean, I understand you said the bittersweet smell of sweat, but like, literally, it's fucking gross. Any other sound between us became carnal and wordless. So they're grunting, basically, and moaning. We knew exactly what to do and had to drive. Okay, we get it. This is really good sex. I understand. What happened? All right, we knew exactly what to do and how to drive each other to our joint pinnacle. Oh man, such fancy words to describe an orgasm. Of pleasure. As we peeked over it, the loud cries we released became the sweetest thing I had ever heard. Burying itself into my memory. You probably haven't heard too many things then. I love you. I will always love you. Erik smiled and nuzzled me before pulling me against his body, giving me his chest as a pillow to rest on. I gladly took it, nuzzling him and listening to the sound of his beautiful heartbeat pounding in his chest. His heartbeat pounded for me. I could hear the love beat in each pulse, and it made a smile dance over my skin. I became confident and filled with determination, ready for the day to follow. Alright, so all it takes for her to get filled with determination is good sex, apparently. Alright, tomorrow would decide everything. Alright, let's skip to where things get different.
The human should be able to handle a few imps.
Oh, Shadow backing me up. That's like the only different thing. Skipping forward. Super fat. Whoa! Mid super fat mode. I gotta go back.
Make sure you kick some serious ass. Show that old goat what he gets for messing with you.
I wish I could borrow those. So this is where I wanted to pick up, because this is where things could get pretty crazy. I want to see if she uses her new invisible powers. Here we go. Before I could, however, I was pulled back by my fiance, barely missing an arrow fly past my nose. That's different. Whoa! I quickly turned my head and spotted a small group of imps creeping towards me, with one reloading his bow with another arrow. Damn. I quickly grabbed my incubus and focused on making us become one with the shadows of the tree we were under. As the dark consumed our bodies, I felt my energy pulse from the amount being used. Oh shit. That's crazy. We literally almost got crossed off. That almost ended fast. Alright. Whoa, Shadow Realm. Still, I successfully dragged us both into the shadow plane.
This is new.
Yeah, I learned a few tricks, buddy. What, we don't talk to our frickin' fiance at all? We don't tell him what we're learning? Kind of frickin' situation? I looked back at him and smiled with a nod, knowing that he was completely unaware of what I had learned in my training. After all, he had been focusing on improving himself. But, so all they do is they get back to the room, they say, how was your day? They fuck, and then they go to bed? Fabulous. Alright, well, wonderful. I mean, that's just a relationship to strive for, apparently. I lowered my hand to his and grasped it, rushing forward and pulling him along. He managed to trip a bit before following along, keeping my pace. Even as some hideaway scouts and trickling soldiers came in our path, we simply ran through them unseen. Are you kidding? We're just dipping through? It took the man behind me a bit to take it in. What? But he quickly adjusted. What? Knowing that now wasn't the time to focus on that. I, however, felt my energy quickly drain. I'm feeling feisty today. I was maintaining two people in the shadow plane after all. It only made sense that it used more energy. Still, I wanted to get as far as I could before returning to the real world. I gripped onto my incubus's hand hard as I began to wane, slowing my run and feeling a heavy wave of dizziness consume my mind. Soon enough, warmth returned to my body and we were both sent back to the corporeal demon world. Whoa. Of course, it couldn't have been a perfect straight journey without a couple of final guards at the edge of this tree line waiting for us. Oh, we killed them or we got past them? A band of, oh no, just keep reading, Basie, that's what you gotta do. A band of remaining imps caught my eye, taking in that I had successfully maneuvered around their lines and had reached them. I grimaced and glared at the imps, seeing the group of three rush at us despite the weak feeling in my knees. However, that could have been attributed to last night. I had one last trick up my sleeve. I focused on my shadow, commanding it to come forth and defend me. My incubus and the imps gasped as a dark, shadowy figure of me sprouted from the ground and formed a large sword in her hand. I glared at the imps and pointed at them, feeling my energy quickly drain once again. Cross off. On my command, my shadow rushed forward and began to slice through the imps, effectively disconnecting their limbs. Are you kidding me? From their bodies and cutting them open? I would ask if you're good, but this entire thing is not at all, like... Sorry? Each tried to block, but only managed to have their attacks phase through my shadow like mist. Are you kidding? That's the coolest thing I've heard so far. They couldn't touch me, but I could kill them. I smirked as my it sounds like this is like a special move in Naruto or something that they have to overcome. It's like, how the hell are you gonna fight a shadow? This is cool. I smirked as my shadow we should just fight the Demon Lord. What the fuck? I smirked as my shadow quickly zipped between them in figure eights, ripping each of them apart before letting them fall to the ground, bleeding out and wailing in pain. Damn, okay, no mercy at all, shit. That was all I could do before my energy finally forced my shadow back into the ground, a wave of exhaustion rolling through my body. I began to fall forward, exhausted. My fiancé, however, quickly rushed forward and caught me in his arms. Skipping. Alright, Erik and I rushed into the castle and into the main hall, where we could hear Diana and the Demon Lord clashing swords.
I will tear you to shreds!
Oh shit, okay, you're yelling loud. I like this battleground better. The whole upstairs thing was cool. It was a cool change of pace, but I like this. This is like a really cool final battle scene, if you ask me. Like, this is really cool. I could just see the pillars being broken and stuff. It would be sick. As we finally entered the space where the battle was happening, we stopped at the doorway, spotting Diana slamming her saber over and over onto the Demon Lord's sword, which was held over his head like a shield. He's getting shit on. From the look of it, the Demon Lord was severely wounded and was trying to hold out against Diana's barrage of blows. Diana wasn't looking too well herself, but she seemed to have the upper hand. What was scary was that Diana's face was completely smeared with blood. You kidding me? Intensifying the frightening look of rage and anger in her eyes. Every swing was reckless, powerfully thrown to eventually hack into the Demon Lord. To her displeasure, the Demon Lord was able to block each time. Erik and I slowly stepped in, watching as Diana continued to beat steel to steel in an angry rage, trying to find an opening and becoming more enraged with each block the Demon Lord pulled. Slowly, his body began to glow, pulsing with red energy. No, you're giving him powers, lady! Jeez! All of a sudden, shit. With a blast of red lightning, Diana was sent flying back, slamming against a pillar and falling to the ground with a thud. Shit. Diana! The Demon Lord seemed to ignore my shout as he stood and began to walk over towards Diana's fallen body. Diana tried to press up onto her hands, stumbling and buckling a bit, but before she glared up at the Demon Lord while he approached. Oh, look at this guy, he's so dastardly. Oh shit. Damn. You had to talk shit. You couldn't have just crossed her off. I mean, I wouldn't have wanted that, but this is why you don't talk smack. You just do what you gotta do. Diana's glare intensified as large black and purple flames engulfed her body from the rage that ignited within her. So to fight this guy effectively, you literally have to just be completely calm. You know what I'm saying? You have to, like, no emotion at all. That's pretty crazy.
You bastard!
I mean, she's basically giving him energy right now. He feeds off that, right? Pouncing off the ground, Diana formed a new saber in her hand and flew at the Demon Lord, swinging it to slice his throat open. However, the Demon Lord parried, locking steel once more with her and leaning in with a hard glare of his own.
How does it feel to be the only one left alive in your family? Not even your unborn sister survived.
Damn, he's like literally playing on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to get her mad because he knows it makes him more powerful. Diana snarled as she slammed her feet into the Demon Lord's chest, forcing him back and causing her to catch herself on her wings, remaining in the air. This is cool. Alright, this is legitimately cool. The voice that erupted from Diana's mouth sent shivers down my spine.
You don't even deserve the mercy of death!
Have fun with it. You just got scrubbed on. I mean, what is that? Are you the angel again? Erik instinctively placed an arm in front of me, staying put and watching intently. Both of us were sure that Diana possibly had this, but we didn't want to get in the way of her rage if she was full out going berserk. Oh, the Demon Lord let out a laugh before pointing his hand at Diana, summoning a large bolt of red lightning to shoot out and slam into Diana. Luckily, Diana had placed her sword between them and blocked the lightning from hitting her skin. This guy's a freaking firebender right now. You guys, a freaking avatar. This is cool. This is actually, I mean, I'm just imagining this in my head. This is freaking awesome. Still, she was slammed back into the pillar she hit before and held there against a stream of heavy red lightning.
You're losing your power. power, succubus! Just like your weak parent!
Oh shit. With a tearful scream, Diana began to push back, shaking and gritting her teeth. The wounds on her body began to bleed profusely. Oh, you're gonna pop! But she eventually sent a wave of purple flame-like energy into her sword and letting it climb up the lightning bolt into the Demon Lord's hand. Oh! Getting burnt. By the way, side note, I think that's a mouse hole over there. Just wanted to point that out. The Demon Lord quickly pulled his hand away, revealing a sizzling and burning aura around his palm and fingers. Diana, weakened, fell to her knees, exhausted but not out yet. Her eyes still bore into her enemy, not ready to give up. What, you just decided to whip out your Weenpieces now? I felt myself glare hard at the Demon Lord. Hold on. That's actually sick, okay? I don't know what's up with that background, but this is absolutely awesome, okay? Just saying. He was a monster that needed to be stopped. Erik, feeling my anger, stepped forward and began to summon his Weenpieces behind his back and around his form. Really? Diana almost got crossed off like 3 times in this small amount of time we've been watching. And you, with your, many Weenpieces and transparent nipples, decide that now is the time to step in? Okay, Erik. Okay. I feel you, alright? Why do you look like you gotta take a massive dump but you're just holding it in? I watched as Erik rushed forward and planted his feet beside Diana, reeling his hands back and punching them forward. As he did, a crown of Weenpieces shot up from the ground around his body and flew at the Demon Lord like a spray of arrows. Or something else. No, I'm just kidding. The Demon Lord glared and sliced each attack out of the way. You're slicing his Weenpieces! That's gotta hurt. Panting from the exhaustion, but not ready to surrender. As he sliced through the last one, he sneered at his second son, gritting his teeth.
You.
Damn. Erik smirked, licking his lips slightly. Oh, gross.
Did you miss me, father?
Why did you find the need to wet your lips at that? As he finished his sentence, Erik formed another round of Weenpieces behind him and shot them towards his father, glaring as he blocked and knocked away each one again with his sword. Ouch. The Demon Lord let out a dark chuckle.
Like I would miss little insect traitors like you.
Damn. The Demon Lord let out a howl before slamming his giant sword into the floor, causing the ground to quake and a large crack to cut through the marble and charge at Erik's position. Erik jumped into the air and landed beside the broken earth, sending out another volley of Weenpieces. Luckily, one rammed into the Demon Lord's shoulder, causing him to shout in pain. Dang.
Losing your touch, aren't you?
The Demon Lord snarled before ripping the Weenpiece out of his body, letting this wound bleed openly before rushing at his son with his sword held high. However, Diana swooped in and slammed her saber into the path of his sword, forming a deadlock.
I'm not finished with you!
Damn, okay. Good Weenpiece distraction, Erik. Diana and the Demon Lord pushed against each other, eventually jumping away from each other in aggravation. As Diana landed beside Erik, he stepped in and pointed his hands to the ground, where his Weenpieces burrowed through the marble and jutted out like a spike trap. Okay, the Demon Lord was quick to react, rushing back before the Weenpiece impaled him from below and glared. This match had become an unfair fight for him, but in our case, it was needed to finish him off at last.
Just as cocky as your mother! No wonder she was my least favorite.
That's all you got. Like, I'm sorry, but that's pretty weak, my dude. Erik suddenly grew a dark face, the Weenpieces and his body glowing in a red misty aura. Okay, that, you may want to get checked out by a doctor. Something snapped in Erik's emotions and the Demon Lord triggered it.
Don't worry. I'll send you to a place where you'll never have to see her again.
What? I missed like half of that. Erik and the Demon Lord then simultaneously rushed forward at each other. It was badass though, with the Demon Lord raising his sword high and Erik moving his Weenpieces to wrap around his blade. Ouch! Erik and the Demon Lord went into a deadlock with the Demon Lord trying to cut through the hold his Weenpieces had on his sword. Erik, however, formed 3 more Weenpieces. Okay, Erik, wow, and shot them up at the Demon Lord from below, causing his father to release his sword and jump back, now unarmed. Erik smirked as his Weenpieces snapped the sword in half. Oh, now that's virility if I ever saw it, with insane ease, and tossed the 2 halves to the side to be forgotten. I watched in anxiousness, hoping this battle would end soon. It was 2 against 1. The Demon Lord wasn't going to win. I, however, kept my distance to make sure he wouldn't attack me instead. I had no energy to fight. Taking in what Erik had done to his weapon, the Demon Lord snarled.
I can beat you even without my sword. Remember who raised you, boy.
Oh, shit. Erik let out a large bark of a laugh as his Weenpieces sharpened into spikes once again. Oh, I hope he didn't implement that move when we were, last night.
I'm afraid you're mistaken. My mother raised me. You were too busy doting on your favorite son to care about me or the others.
Damn, get wrecked, kid. Dad. The Demon Lord growled. His fist became engulfed in red bolts of lightning.
I created you. You owe your very existence to me.
I owe you nothing.
Get shit on. The Demon Lord only laughed before suddenly gasping from pain. I had barely seen what had happened, but as I stared at the Demon Lord, I gasped at the sight. Protruding from the Demon Lord's chest were a spray of red Weenpieces, dripping with his blood. I could barely keep staring as he turned and looked to us in shock. I looked over to Erik to see him pointing at the wall behind the Demon Lord, where a collection of Weenpieces jutted through a black void into the Demon Lord's back, effectively skewering him. Damn! You're literally like reverse Chris Angeling him. What are you doing?
You never paid attention. You were blinded by pride, and that will be your downfall.
Get shit on.
No, he's mine.
Really? Really, Diana? This is the worst person in this world, and you're worried about him dying at your hand? Shit, just put another blade through him. I mean, he's already got like 8 Weenpieces in him. All right, Erik. Damn. Erik quickly pulled back his Weenpiece from his father's body, causing the Demon Lord to... Okay, that was wrong. Causing the Demon Lord to fall forward from the pain and the momentum. Diana, however, swooped at the Demon Lord and rammed her saber into his chest. A garbled gasp escaped his throat. What? Damn! Without hesitation, Diana pulled her sword out and stabbed him once again, driving her blade all the way through him to the hilt. Oh, that's not... I don't imagine that that's easy to do. And snarling into his face. I'm imagining that, and that is freaking dastardly. Alright? What's up with this, like sad Master Chief music?
Those were from my parents.
Oh, that's what's up with it. She's fucking him up. Straight up. Damn, that's hardcore. Can we switch from the Weenpiece scene? I want to see this. A third stab directly through the heart. Oh, that's for the sister, right?
For my sister.
Damn, you gonna chop his domer off now? Dinah finally pulled her sword out and rammed the pummel into the side of his head. Oh! Pushing him down to the ground in a lifeless thud. He was dead by now, eyes gazed over in death's cold, breathless embrace. Jeez. However, Diana didn't care. Diana quickly straddled his waist. Pardon? Bringing her up her saber and using her magic to shorten to a dagger in her hands. Oh, damn. Shit. Above her head.
And for every life you took from this world!
By the time you're done with him, he's gonna look like frickin' salami, okay? I mean, wait. I don't know my meats, okay. It's gross! Maddened, Dinah began to violently... Can you stop? Violently slam and pepper stabs into the Demon Lord's chest. Alright, you sound like you're butchering somebody at this point. Erik rushed over and wrapped his arms around me, covering me from the sight, but he was unable to block the sound. I know. Lisa, I'm experiencing it. We're all experiencing it. This is fabulous. Of Diana's sob-filled screams with each stab. Oh, it's just going to keep going. All right, just bear with me, guys. I became a bit frightened at Diana and how she was releasing her anger. However, it was entirely justified. He had taken everything from her and had caused worldwide chaos. It was only natural to demand revenge even after his death. This was her last stand with him, and she had dominated his very corpse with her blade, uncaring of the lost spirit no longer within it. Thank you. It went on for far too long to the point where Erik had to let me go and walked forward, pulling Diana off of him. She began to flail, dropping her knife and letting it fade as it hit the ground into nothing.
No! Let go!
Jeez.
Diana!
Erik pulled Diana to her feet and gripped her shoulders, shaking her and glaring into her eyes.
Enough.
Jeez. Diana's eyes were bloodshot, desperate to keep striking the dead body, but filled with emotion and broken inhibition. As she finally took in Erik's words, she shut her eyes and dropped to her knees, releasing a wave of sobs and cries. I walked over to Erik's side, pitying Diana. Damn, what? Like, in a bad way? Like pitying? Listen, fucking Diana. She must have seen so much death. This was her solace and chance to let go. To know her family was gone because of him wrenched pain into my heart, but I knew that it was finally over. They were avenged, and so were the many people who died under his hand. The Demon Lord was dead at last. I felt a weight lift off my heart and spirit, proving to me that the curse was broken and that the chain that bound me to the abyssal plains was gone. I could go home. I hugged Erik's arm to me, finally letting out the sigh I was holding in relief of the situation. Erik smiled and kissed my head.
It's over now.
Fabulous. Yeah, we can go home now. A wave of joy rushed through my body. Happy to know that I was free to go home, I began to become overjoyed with the idea of returning, walking across the aisle, and marrying Erik before returning to my normal life. Life in the demon world was an adventure, but it was time to finish this and leave. I smiled to Erik before kneeling down and placing a hand on Diana's shoulder as she cried, causing her to look up at me. I could only smile at her, trying to relieve some of the heartache and the burden she was releasing. It's over, Diana. We won. A small breath of silence ran through the air before Diana wiped the tears from her eyes and nodded, still shaky from the experience.
It's over.
You did good. I nodded and gently helped Diana stand before taking Erik's hand and walking towards the entrance of the hall. Diana, however, turned back to look at the Demon Lord's body, stopping us in our tracks.
Was this all worth it? I lost my family because of him. There was so much bloodshed.
You just contributed to it by literally fucking him up more. Diana tightened a fist at her side, gritting her teeth and shutting her eyes.
I didn't get to say goodbye to my family. My sister.
Damn. I felt another wave of empathy run through my body at her words. She wasn't really alone, though. She had Sarah. He was truly everything she had left in the world, and he was more than willing to walk through it with her. It was alright, so I reached out to take her shoulder. Diana looked over, seeing the comfort in my eyes despite her broken gaze. Before I could speak, however, a familiar purple light glowed from the Demon Lord's body. What? Catching our eyes and causing us to all look over in shock. What was happening? Don't even tell me that the frickin' womb spirit is inhabiting the stabbed Demon Lord body. What the? Before our eyes, a faint purple orb slowly appeared and bobbed up and down in the air, looking to us. The orb that had haunted me and was expelled from me floated over the dead body of the Demon Lord, as if it had been there the entire time. You! The orb moved in a circle around the Demon Lord's body, letting the faint trail behind it temporarily draw a circle in the air. As it returned to its spot, it released a pulse of light. The light slowly drifted towards Diana, impacting her chest and making her glow a bit before the light faded away. Confused, Diana stared at the spirit, trying to figure out what it had done to her. Was it an attack? Slowly, Diana became wide-eyed at it in familiarity. With a shaky hand, Diana reached out towards the orb, lost emotion in her eyes as she kept her sights on the spirit.
Arabelle.
Orby! I stared at Diana in shock. It had a name? How did Diana know it's this spirit at all? It was like she was grasping at straws. How could Diana have known who it was? The orb floated forward, stopping in front of the Demon Lord's corpse as Diana took a step towards it.
Hi, Azair.
Oh my god, your voice is just as annoying as I remember. I was wrong. Diana hit the nail on the head with its name, and seemed to be acquainted with it. Diana took a couple more steps forward before dropping to her knees in the middle of the hall. I watched as tears began to stream down her face and her body began to quake. The orb slowly floated over to Diana and hovered just within arm's reach of her. Diana's hand shakily lifted up past her chest and over her mouth.
Arabelle.
It's okay. It's okay, big sister.
Big sister? Diana was hers? Her sister? Diana suddenly let out a tearful gasp before reaching forward and taking the orb into her arms, somehow pulling the orb into a tight embrace. The orb seemed to shimmer in the hug it was in, but didn't seem to react in any other way. Diana, however, became a weeping mess, crying and shaking while holding Arabelle close.
Arabelle. Arabelle.
I'm calling her Orby. I couldn't believe it. The spirit was Orby's Diana. Wait, I couldn't believe it. The spirit was Orby, Diana's sister? What kind of coincidence was that? How did Diana not know herself? How did Orby not tell me? It was obvious. Yeah, I know. She was like in my womb. I mean, come on. Like, is that not a good enough experience for you? Like, you're not going to be honest? It obviously knew Diana just from how they were embracing. Still, the sight of Diana in mournful tears gripped to my heart. Diana lost her sister and suddenly was able to speak to her once more. Even after Orby's death, it was as if fate wanted to apologize for taking her family away. I almost became a crying mess myself. It was a very tearful reunion after a dramatic battle. I didn't know how to feel in the situation we were in. Diana didn't seem to care as she continued to cry and hold Orby. Erik wrapped an arm around me, comforting me as I wiped my eyes and tried to avoid weeping. Diana, however, didn't seem to care about the tears running down her face.
This is the first time I've heard you cry, sister.
I'm sorry. I tried to save him.
But you made her spirit bomb herself instead.
It's okay. The Demon Lord did this to me.
It suddenly made sense. Orby was an unborn baby, so it wouldn't have known its name. The Demon Lord was the one who killed her, so the puzzle pieces were connecting perfectly. Orby then phased out of Diana's hands, making the demoness gasp and look up at the orb. Orby, however, floated in place in front of Diana as she continued to speak.
The Demon Lord made me find the human.
What? Orby was working for the Demon Lord? She helped the imps bring me to the demon world?
Orabel, you were in the human all along. Why not just tell me? Why?
Yeah, man. Why'd you take me with you?
He made me. But now I have nowhere to go.
You're gonna have to find someone else's ass to crawl up, to be honest, because you ain't crawling up mine again.
Orabel.
Something in the air didn't seem right. Something about Orby became off, and I couldn't place my finger on it. The more I stared, the more concerned I became, and the heavier the nervousness in my gut grew. You're gonna try to go up freaking Diana's butt!
Isaiah, I love you so much. But
The air seemed to freeze, and the room became still as Orby floated back towards the body of the Demon Lord. No! As Orby stopped, she began to glow a dark red and purple color. Why? Why, Orby? What are you doing?
I can't forgive you.
What did she do? What? Another spirit bomb? All at once, the orb flashed and vanished into thin air. Only a misty gas. Great, it farted. Present in the aftermath.
Orabel!
Oh, I thought, okay, what the hell? We looked around, trying to pin down where she had gone, as the Demon Lord's hand suddenly lifted up and slammed into the ground. Oh my god, it's possessing the Demon Lord, like fucking Final Battle V2? We shot our heads back at his corpse, seeing it begin to animate. The Demon Lord slammed his other hand to the ground and began to push himself up, curling his shoulders over and using whatever strength he had in getting onto his knees and eventually his feet. What? Gross. The Demon Lord's body stood up and steadied itself onto the ground on its 2 feet, heavy and void of life. What was happening? How could this be? As the Demon Lord's head lifted to look up at Diana, I gasped, as his eyes were glossed over in a dark purple, almost black color. Blood continued to pour from the wounds of the body, but the body continued to move as if it had a small breath of life. His mouth dropped and began to mold itself into forming words, dead and echoey, with Orby's voice seeping through it.
You let him kill me. You let him kill mother and father.
Gross.
Orabel!
Guys, this is a lesson to you, okay? I don't know when you'll need this, but I'm telling you right now, zombie apocalypse, whatever, okay, whatever. Just decapitate, okay? Because in the Sam's playthrough, these dudes would not have died if Sam had just, like, you know, literally swung his sword like a golf club and lobbed his domer off. She decided to stab his body a bunch of times. Just take the dome piece off, okay? That's the best way to do it, all right? Enough with these reanimations and I'm coming back to get you things, okay? Because you can avoid it.
You let the human live and let us die. I can never forgive you.
Damn. The voice of the Demon Lord and Orby seemed to fuse in a dissonant harmony as the body slowly began to march towards the unmoving Diana. My mind screamed for her to move and run, but Diana didn't seem to be immobile at the oncoming danger. Diana, move! She remained in place, shocked and frozen at what her sister had said and done. I could barely make out her hair, and body shuddering in natural fear, but she wouldn't move at all. Oh, no! Oh, man. I thought the only thing to worry about was my ass cheeks falling asleep. Okay, so this is clearly a moment where I either get crossed off or I don't get crossed off. This is another moment where either Diana gets crossed off or it's me. So I'm gonna save naturally. All right. And the next thing, I'm gonna grab Diana. Okay, I feel very heavily that I'm gonna get crossed off here, but this is what I would have done. Okay, I sided with Diana with the assassination thing or whatever, and they erased my memory. All right, but I'm gonna side again. I'm gonna side with Diana again. So here we go. Okay, hopefully I don't get scrubbed on, but we'll just find out. All right, and despite the fact that Orbeez in that Demon Lord's body, she is still having the hand down by the Weenpiece. All right, so I don't get that. All right, so let's grab Diana. There was no way I was going to let Orby hurt her, sister or not. I rushed forward and grabbed Diana by the horns. Damn! Pulling her back as fast as I could. Diana gripped onto my hands, digging her nails into my skin, but I didn't care. I needed to bring her away from the incoming enemy. As I dragged her back, Orby watched, unamused by my intrusion. I could only glare back, despite Diana flailing in my hands. She wouldn't take her away. I wouldn't let her. I finally released Diana's horns and stepped forward, placing myself between the two sisters. Oh! This is the moment where I get crossed off. I won't let you hurt her. Orby loomed towards us, filling me with dread. The stench of the Demon Lord's corpse became unbearable. Despite not being dead long, I still had no energy to fight, the realization making me step back from the undead Demon Lord.
You hurt me. Hurt me. Now I'll hurt you.
Okay, what choice did I have? Okay, I tried to just stand back and not do anything, but you spirit bombed me. Okay, I had to hurt you. You didn't want to leave. Orby picked up the Demon Lord's broken blade parts and slammed them together, fusing them back into one sword with her energy. Fabulous. How is that possible? She was a spirit. Orby then started to charge at us, raising the sword barely over Erik's and my head. Erik, do something with your magical Weenpieces. I prepared to defend myself. I became ready for the attack. But my vision became blocked by the back of Erik's dome. Did you really just kill yourself? This dude's blocked like 80 attacks with his Weenpieces. But you can't block that. Okay, what? Did you just, all right, did the Viagra wear off? I'm just wondering. Okay, whatever. All right, well, will you live through that? That's not necessarily your heart. Okay, your heart's like kind of right here. I mean, that might be like a valve or something, you know what I'm saying? But who knows? All right, we'll find out. Erik! Sticking out of Erik's back was the Demon Lord's blade. Oh, okay. It was run through his chest towards me, barely inches away from my own chest. Erik, impaled, twitched as he stared down at the sword's blade. My heart began to cry and scream. This couldn't have been happening. No! Orby quickly pulled the blade back out and sheathed it back into Erik's body as if she wanted to be sure that she killed him. Damn! I barely heard his last breath of life. No! I became so absorbed in the sound of my scream that I couldn't register Orby pull out the blade and step around Erik, running it through my neck. I just got crossed off. Damn it. In a pretty bad way, too. That's one way I'd personally be really kind of scared of getting crossed off. You know what I'm saying? Anything through the neck. None of that. End. You hurt me, now I'll hurt you. Shit. All right. Freaking magical tentacles, shadow stuff. Doesn't matter. We get crossed off anyway. Fabulous. This time, let's just call out again. Let's see if she actually does what she's supposed to do and, you know, not die. Diana. I stood there, lost in what was happening. When she reached her, Orby grabbed hold of Diana's throat and lifted her, making Diana choke and flail her legs in the air.
Say sorry with your life.
Fabulous. Are you good? Erik and I became witness to Orby crushing Diana's throat. I could barely hear her cries as the snapping of her frickin' neck echoed through the hall. Diana! As Orby let her body drop to the floor, Diana's corpse made a painful thud echo through the room behind my scream. However, Orby then turned her head to look at me and Erik. Orby loomed towards us, filling me with dread. The stench of the Demon Lord's corpse became unbearable. Despite not being dead long, I still had no energy. Wait, what's happening?
You hurt me. Hurt me.
Now I'll hurt you.
Great. Do I get crossed off anyway? No. Hold the phone. Wait. Okay. Stabbing. No. Wait. Not my neck. No. And then running through my neck and I'm dead. Fuck. There's no other time where I could sign. I mean, but you'll get hurt. I don't even get to say yes here. You know what I'm saying? I don't get to say yes. I'm keeping myself safe. Look, just leave me alone.
How long can you keep yourself safe?
Apparently, as long as it took to freaking have you kill me. Like, I don't give a rat's ass about any of this. Let's stay where we are. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. This is my plan of attack. From this point on, I'm gonna skip, and I'm gonna be as completely away from Erik as possible. Stay where I am. What did she say? The sound of its whimpers made my heart hurt. Did Sarah's attack really hurt that badly? Even more than it was apparently trialed. I'm sorry.
Not.
Okay, fuck. All right, let me go back.
Why
Don't
did
say.
you do that? Why did you hurt me?
Come on.
You're gonna hurt me again.
Fuck. I'm not. I won't. Do you want? I'm just. All right. Will it hurt the spirit? Keep going. Let her take it. Skip. Yes, sir. I don't give a shit. Don't and just rest. Okay, so don't and just rest. This is one moment where we didn't. I think where this is an opportunity where the spirit could not get to us because we had to let Erik take our energy somehow.
Hello.
Oh my god. Hello. Hello again. Do you know about Diana? The spirit, however, didn't speak. What was wrong? Erik hadn't come into my dream yet, so I decided to ask another question. What did the Demon Lord do to you?
He killed me and hurt me.
Okay, we didn't do this before. This might be the moment. This might be the deciding factor right here. It was obvious that the spirit hated him, much like I did, but something about its wording was off. He killed it and hurt it. Why in that order? Was this spirit not a new spirit, but one that had been wandering for years? Did he kill you first?
Yes. He killed me. Then he hurt me before releasing me.
I'm so sorry. The spirit didn't speak again. Whatever I wanted to say fell on empty ears, even as Erik appeared. Shit! That didn't do anything. We just learned some more information. Maybe that'll help. Who knows? Alright, let's skip again. Whoa! However, I wasn't allowed to react as two purple Weenpieces wrapped themselves around my wrists and gently pulled my arms down to my sides?
Princess!
Okay. Damn! I don't want to defend Erik. Can I just... stay where I am. I'm sorry. No, I won't. Nothing. Let's decide with nothing. Okay, will it hurt the spirit? We gotta make it really apparent. Attempt to pull away. We're gonna attempt to pull away so it shows that we're resisting a bit. Yes, sir. Don't take any chances. Teach me something else. Yes. But you'll get hurt. Let's not defend Erik. Ignore the spirit. Mentally prepare. But I've hurt you too. The spirit seemed to pulse and reply, remembering what had happened days ago.
That didn't hurt much.
Yes, it did. You were crying. The spirit circled around my form in
I
observation.
can help you though. I really can.
I really want to accept now. I don't want to have my neck in half. I'm not listening anymore. Oh, Lisa, you're so fucking dumb. Just listen. All right, I know what happens. You don't.
No, listen, I can. I can protect you from being hurt. Really.
I'm literally going to tweak. I'm like 2 seconds from tweaking. All right. Let's let Erik keep going now. Maybe he'll, I don't know. Dead. Okay. Now I'm going to attack the spirit. Attack the freaking spirit. Hold the phone. Attack the spirit. Attack, landed against what felt like a glass orb. And you're breaking my eardrums. And we're going to turn transparent. What the? Erik, why couldn't I get closer? What? Why do I die to?
What?
No.
Oh, there. Wait.
There was a comment. There was a comment that said to me, the Icky Man's ending is a bitch to get right. And I was thinking to myself, once the Demon Lord died, I was like, you know what? Wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad. I did a good job, you know? We did it. We didn't, okay? This is frustrating as shit. I'm just gonna say, I'm skimming through I'm about to go back to when the freaking dudes drop into the demon world and see if I can do something. I'm gonna side with the spirit every chance I get. I'm gonna diss Erik every chance I get. You know, unless I'm not supposed to, unless I'm supposed to like have a right combination of dissing Erik and siding with the spirit. I mean, I don't know what to do here. So drop a comment down below, unless it's supposed to end with me getting, I've been trying so hard, I'm freaking tired, right? Is it supposed to end with me getting crossed off? All right. But that's where we're going to end it. I don't want to end it there because I feel like the end of the game was so close, but I may not have done something right or not have done many things right through the whole story. I don't know. I thought I was doing pretty good. But either way, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments if you know how to finish this one or if that is the actual end. If it is, then did you like it? Okay, I did. I got crossed off. But either way, I enjoyed the story as a whole. Maybe Erik's end is just kind of a poop end. I mean, maybe. I don't know. But either way, let me know what you thought. Let me know if you enjoyed. If you know how to resolve this, then definitely let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Right here, we're going to do the giveaway right now. I do apologize for doing it kind of later on in the thing. Kind of slipped my mind for just one moment, but we're going to go ahead and do the giveaway right here. So hopefully you enjoy that. And we'll pick up here in just 1 second. All right, guys, so welcome to the giveaway. Once again, guys, really quick, I don't believe I mentioned it in the video. Definitely make sure you drop your comments down below with your re-entries and entries, and, you know, make sure you get that stuff in because, again, the giveaway is still going and everything. There are 3 codes left, so if you want to continue to enter, or if you're just if you're entering for the first time, just drop a comment down below saying something along the lines of, I want to enter the giveaway, so I can distinguish between people that want to be in the giveaway and people that don't want to be in the giveaway. But either way, good luck to everybody. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode thus far, but here we go. We're going to choose the winner for the Erik route. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Vid Servant Rise. So that is going to be the winner. We have 318 items, or items, 318 names, in this list, or I guess entries, which is awesome. That's way more than, I think it's like double of the entries in the Crusaders list right now, which is pretty impressive, actually. All right, so again, big congratulations to Vid Servant Rise for winning the giveaway for the Erik route. Just make sure you drop a comment down below, you know, obviously saying that you won, so I know you're confirming your code and you're accepting it and whatnot, and that you saw that you won. And make sure that it's all squared away with your Google Plus settings. Make sure that you are able to be messaged on YouTube. If not, that's fine. I'll get you your code one way or the other through like Twitter DMs or your Steam account or anything like that. So, you know, just try to get it squared away so that when you drop your comment down below saying that you won and you're claiming your code, I can just head right over to your YouTube account and send you the message right then and there. It's just a little bit easier, but again, one way or the other, you're going to get your code. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let's jump back to the game. All right, guys, so congratulations to the winner. Hopefully you enjoy your code, and hopefully, you know, you guys continue to enter the giveaway, because I do believe at this point in time, we still have to do Matthew, we still have to do Damien, and we still have to do Diana, in which case there's 3 codes left to be claimed. So that's pretty darn awesome. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. But in any case, I'm absolutely loving this. I can't wait to start the next playthrough. So either way, the next episode is probably going to be the next playthrough, because regardless of what it is, it's going to start out with the Erik ending and then pick up with the next, whatever the next incubus or succubus is going to be. Now, again, I have to tally up the votes. All right, with that being said, really quick, if you'd allow me to promote one of my other videos. If you haven't seen it, I did start a kind of mini series called of Guts and Glory. It's like a 3D Happy Wheels, basically. It's pretty funny. Let me know what you think in the comments when you go watch it. And I hope you guys enjoy that. Just wanted to, you know, throw that out there because I thought it was worth throwing out there as an individual video. It's a very funny video, in my opinion. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely make sure you rate the video what you think it deserved. If you did enjoy, please consider sharing the video as well. That kind of stuff really helps me out a lot, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or any social media really, or even word of mouth with your friends. That's really awesome too. Of course, that directly helps me as well as the entire community and is greatly appreciated. So with that being said, if you want to become a Sage in Training, make sure you subscribe today. And as always, this has been Mr. Basie, your favorite Sage, and I'll see you in the next video.